2022 at 4 p.m. Need a motion for reading and approving of the minutes.
I'll make a motion to suspend the reading and approving of the minutes for the regular Board of Works and the special Board of Works minutes.
All in favor?
You got a second?
Second. And now all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Payment of the claims. I need a motion for payment of claims.
I'll make a motion for the payment of claims for $1,006,976.22.
All in favor? Or second? I'll get used to that. And now I'm all in favor.
Aye.
Aye. Regular payroll of $192,221.30.
I'll make a motion to approve the regular payroll as presented.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Pension payroll, $82,031.50.
Make a motion to approve the pension payroll as presented.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Monthly payroll, $5,990.77.
Make a motion to approve the monthly payroll as presented.
Second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Old business, Anthony Spar, on behalf of his clients, returning to hear the board's decision on disannexation from the city of Peru.
Last time I was here, I was I think probably about maybe a month ago or so, something like that, and we had to continue this. I appreciate you continuing it with my gallbladder surgery from the, it was on an emergency basis, so I appreciate that. It was tabled to today, and I think the Public Works Board's had some time to review maybe the documents and the circumstances. Having spoken, I think, Matt, did you want to add some additional information as to how this is kind of affecting you, if that's if the board's open to hearing kind of his personal circumstances?
Sure.
I think it's
If you
fine.
want to step up to the mic, you can kind of let them know.
The extra money affects the agriculture that we produce with the crops and with the cattle. Even if it is only $500, I believe Mr. Kern mentioned that when we talked to Miles, that it was just $500. $500 on 50 head is $10 a head. That's make or break. You know, you have to have that $10 on cattle. Ma'am, you mentioned that the city needed the extra $500. If the city needs an extra $500, to me, there's something we need to do different than just one person, but also with the Denham family. Mike is retired. He's just trying to enjoy his golden years. My fiance and I, we want to build a family in Peru, Indiana. We want to live here. And by saying no, that's going to be hard for us to do. My question to Mr. Spar was, if the Heron family was illegally annexed into the city, then the city should have papers, that even if my family signed those papers. So you made a good point last time. You said when we asked about the other places in Peru that aren't in the city, could you annex them? And you said that it would be hard to because they wouldn't go in willingly. We didn't want to go in willingly, and here we are having to fight it. So my question is does the city have proof of the Heron family signing that paperwork to be annexed? If not, then our property should not be in it. And Mike dealt with the city before on his property not being in it. So as a city, before they say yay or nay to the decision, that they look at these facts that I'm just now bringing up. Thank you.
And if Mike would like to say something.
Mike Denham. Yeah, of course, I was annexed into the city back in 1999, 2000, something like that. When I started the subdivision, I was told I could not have city sewer and water unless I agreed to be annexed into the city. And at that particular time, they couldn't, but I had to sign paperwork saying that when they could, that I would not argue against it, and so I agreed to it. And at that same time, city council sitting up here, I asked them, I said, okay, well, if I have to be annexed into the city to have the city sewer and water, will everyone else that ties on to the city utilities, will they have to be annexed into the city? And there's what, 5, 6 of them up there? Half of them said, yes, absolutely not. No one else will ever tie on to the city utilities without being annexed into the city. Well, as far as I know, since 2000, year 2000, the only place that's been annexed into the city is the truck stop out here and maybe a couple places around it when they run the sewer and water out there. They went right through Rock Hollow subdivision, which is a subdivision. There is several places tied on to it out there. They're not annexed. I just don't feel it's fair that I have to pay city property taxes for ground that's part of mine is farm ground, part of it's woods in my house. Now the 14 lots up front that is part of this, that is the subdivision, that should stay in the city just like it is. I have no problem with that. But the balance of the ground that I have, I feel it should be annexed. I've retired, and like most retired people, I'm on a fixed income, so every penny counts. And when I was working, it didn't really matter. So I've got, what, I think 15, 16, 17 acres, something like that I would like to have de-annexed so that I don't have to pay the city property taxes because I do not have sewer and water back at my house. And it would cost several $100,000 to get it back to my house, which doesn't make good sense for one house. So anyways, being retired, it'd be nice to have that little bit of extra expense that I don't need. So the first 14 lots, they should stay right where they're at. Everybody up there is happy with being in the city, happy having the city sewer and water, and I think the city and sewer and water is a good thing. That's the reason I wanted, I could have smaller lots instead of having big lots and have a well and septic. But I've retired and I don't have any intentions of expanding it ever anymore. I'm 69 years old. I'm done. So I would appreciate having my property taken out of the city, not the subdivision up front, just the property in the back where I live and the woods and the ponds and some hay fields there. So I would appreciate that being done, and I feel it would only be fair. So that's all.
So I did a little digging, and I'd actually like Mary Betzner, do you have anything that you want to say from I talked with the auditor's office to try to give me the data on what are you guys going to save and what taxes you're going to end up paying. And I think it's based off 2021 pay 2022. So it's based off that assessed value. I can't tell you if your assessed value is going to change because that's county side. But what we were looking at was if you were in the city limits and you were to pay your taxes this year, Mr. Denham, you would have saved $97.85.
That's $97.85 in my pocket that I'm paying for now that I get nothing for. Nothing.
Okay. I'm just trying to see it out. And then Mr. Fields, you would save $320.12. But the city would lose $2,449.97. That's how much the total the city would lose in tax revenue.
We have gobs and gobs of places that have city sewer and water that could be annexed into the city.
And
there's 2 of them right across the street from my subdivision that haven't. I've had it for years.
Like I said, I wasn't around at the time, and the state law has changed since then. I can't tell you what happened back then because I wasn't here.
I know what happened with the city council, and it was not pretty, so I just would like to have what little bit of land I have taken out of the city. There's no reason for it to be in the city. You don't get enough money off of it to even bother with, you know.
What was the total
$2,449.97. And within that, I believe the public library would also lose $416. That's included in the, actually, no, that's just the city's loss, and I think the library's loss is $416.32. So if you wanted to go to the library, you'd have to get a library card, or I don't think you can get a library card. I think it'd be more expensive. Well, 24 for the city, 400 for the library.
You know, if you don't want to do it, I would appreciate it if you would start annexing people into the city that does have it.
And like I
And
said,
yes, you can do it because they did it to me.
the state
It may be
laws
difficult,
changed.
but it can be done.
Those people have to be enticed to voluntarily want to annex.
Well, I didn't have a choice then. So I have a choice now. You guys are making that choice for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not asking to take the subdivision out of the city, just what little bit of ground I have in the back to be out of the city. Same way with his farm ground. I mean, he wasn't even here whenever he was annexed. As a matter of fact, I don't think there's any paperwork saying that they ever asked them to be annexed. So.
Like I
know
said,
that-
I don't know, I probably wasn't around either. I was
Right.
born in 1996,
Right.
so it was probably after it.
Okay, well, I just ask to be treated fairly. That's all. Thank you.
Well,
And Mr. Jelinek, on those numbers you ran from each of my clients, was that per half or per year that you calculated?
I believe it was per year.
Well, I don't want to speak too much here. You've heard from me plenty the last time I was here. You've heard from my clients and how it affects them. Certainly with inflation, that also makes everything a lot harder on people. So we would just ask that the Public Works Board issue a decision.
Okay, thank you.
I would note that legally speaking, the choice is up to you. Mr. Spar's paperwork, his proposed resolution, ordinances in order. And if you vote to de-annex them, that is safe to sign. But again, that is entirely your guys' decision. Legally, you can. Legally, you don't have to. Again, I'll leave it at that.
Okay. I need a motion.
I'm going to make a motion to deny the request to de-annex from the city.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'm sorry. It's just,
I am
the
not.
laws have changed over the time, and I just don't feel it's right to take anything out of the city at the moment in time.
My opinion is I want the city to grow, not to continue to lose property.
With respect, man, this is agriculture ground. I'm 30 years old. It's going to stay that way for the next 60 years. You're not growing. You're dying. Even Miles said that. He said, I do not want you in the city. I don't have to pay for that road out there. Because we all know that OP is going to ruin that road. It wasn't made in concrete. It was made in asphalt. If you were going to have that many trucks, you would have concrete. You don't put asphalt. So we're gonna have to pay for that road when it wasn't done right. My fiance and I are trying to build a
What-
community here,
Which road is that?
Mexico Road.
Okay.
Huh.
We're trying to build family here, a lot of life here. And this is the same, no, we're pushing people
We
out.
still have to pay for Mexico Road.
Huh?
Don't we still have to pay for Mexico Road?
Yeah.
You guys are pushing people out, pushing us out.
Well, agricultural land is still at the tax caps, regardless if you're in the city or county. It's the money that's coming out is from your houses, the property your houses are sitting on, not your agricultural land. That's where no, that's what I'm saying. The tax that's coming out is from the parcel that your house sits on, not your farmland. They're different parcels.
But I don't know what you want me to live in. I have to live in my house.
You can. That's the house you live in. I'm not sure.
We appreciate your time.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
New business, Sarah Hiles on behalf of Daisy Skies. Business requesting permission to reserve the parking lot beside her business on October 15th between 9 a.m. and 4 p.m.
I don't believe she's
She
here.
would like to reserve the parking lot beside her business at 18 East Canal Street, the public area, to utilize it for the grand opening event. She would be using the space to host a local coffee truck, a face painting booth, a dessert table, and she would not use any space near the bar area, just near her space. Is Sarah here? No.
No. I think she had emailed me before on this. I think she just wants to use pretty much the one half of the parking lot, the area where the parking spaces are marked out on that the city approves parking lot. I don't, do you see any reason?
What was the date again?
It's on
the 15th.
October 15th.
From 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
It's our city parking lot next to where Poppy's was.
Yeah,
That'd be okay?
yeah. we get
Yeah, as long as,
So no way I'll get in her spots.
the only thing I'm thinking is because some people may drive through that area, it depending how much she's going to take up, and people, if they're walking through that area, I don't know.
She could, I think I'd just use the whole thing.
I mean, she is only using for one day.
Yeah, right, it's a Saturday morning, so.
Make a motion.
Yeah, so I mean, if it's going to be safer, that way people aren't driving through there and people are walking, I'd just rather close the whole parking lot for just that day. So I'll make a motion to approve her request with the addition that we're going to close the entire parking lot for October 15th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, next order, Jeffrey Heiner on behalf of Vengeance requesting a road closure from 6th to 8th, including Ewing and Clay Streets, from 8 p.m. Friday, October 14th to 8 a.m. on Sunday, October 15th. Is Jeffrey here?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you come up, please? Can you explain that just a little bit better, please?
We're doing like a Halloween bike night for our club, just to add some more money in fundraisers. Pretty much, I'm sorry, go ahead.
6th to 8th Street?
Yeah, 6th to 8th, which would be on Clay Street and Ewing as well.
Just-
And we already
just-
talked to the neighbors, they're all okay with it. They've got, alternative parking and all that, so.
Okay, just Ewing and Clay Street, just that one area? Just
Yeah, from 6th to 8th on Clay Street and including Ewing.
Oh, okay.
So including Ewing, you mean just a little bit of Ewing or the whole?
Well, so on 6th Street and 8th Street, like if you're on Clay, Ewing's comes out right in the middle of 6th and 8th, so just block that corner off. And we can still let cars through to go down 6th or whatever, but we're gonna have a lot of bikes there.
Okay. Well,
We did-
same
How
stuff you've
much,
done before?
We've done that before.
Okay.
Okay. So it'll be a small portion, not all of it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, not all of Ewing, no ma'am.
Okay.
I would, Dan, do you see any issues with this?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the request.
And I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome.
You're welcome. Okay, Chief Safiano is on behalf of the Peru Police Department requesting to accept the retirement of Rod Richards.
Make sure to read the letters. They're behind the request.
On September 26, 2022, the City of Peru Board of Public Works and Safety. Dear Board of Public Works and Safety, I am informing you that Lieutenant Rod Richards, badge number 72, has retired from the Peru Police Department. Lieutenant Richard was hired June 1st, 2002, retired September 24th, 2022, after 20 years of service with the Peru Police Department. The Peru Police Department would like to thank him for his time at the department and service to the City of Peru. Respectfully, Daniel Sofianos, Chief of Police. And thank you for your service, Lieutenant Richard.
I'll make a motion to approve the retirement of Lieutenant Rod Richard.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Chief also requesting the hiring of a new police officer, Brandon Geek. October 4th, 2022. City approved Board of Public Safety, dear Board of Works members. The Peru Police Department of Pension Board requests to hire Brandon Geek as probationary officer with the Peru Police Department. He has successfully completed the testing process and passed public safety. Mr. Geek is pending approval from Indiana Public Retirement System, and his hire date would be pending approval from Indiana Public Retirement. Mr. Geek is a graduate of Mechanical High School and has recently finished his time in the United States Air Force. Mr. Geek resides in Miami County. Respectfully, Dan Sofianos, Chief of Police. And welcome to the force, Daniel. Brandon Geek. Brandon. Sorry about that.
So is his perf approved yet? Or?
We expect to get a return from them probably Thursday or Friday this week.
Okay.
Next week at the latest.
So do we approve it with today's date or when a perf comes in?
Pending approval from PERF that
Okay.
we can hire. And I'll notify the board
Okay.
when that's happened.
So I'll make a motion to approve his hiring pending perf approval.
I'll second that motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Chief also requesting approval of promotion of Sergeant Colton Pittner to Lieutenant. Okay, October 4th, 2022, City of Public Board of Public Works and Safety. Dear Board of Public Works members, I am writing to you today to request that you promote Sergeant Colton Pittner to the rank of Lieutenant. Sergeant Pittner is an 8-year veteran of the department who is currently assigned as a supervisor in the Detective Division. In addition to his duties as a detective, Sergeant Pittner serves as a generalist instructor, firearms instructor, field training officer, and Sergeant Pittner also oversees the field training program. Sergeant Pittner has a demonstrated record of leadership throughout his career and has earned the respect of his colleagues both at the Peru Police Department and throughout the law enforcement community. With this promotion, Sergeant Pittner will take over as the lieutenant in charge of detectives, a position that was vacated due to retirement. I have no doubt that Sergeant Pittner will continue to demonstrate continued excellence in the promoted role of lieutenant. Very truly, Daniel Sofianos, Chief of Police. And congratulations on your promotion, Lieutenant, to Lieutenant.
I'll make a motion to approve the promotion of Colton Pittner to Lieutenant.
I'll second that. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Brenda Douglas on behalf of Ron Dosh requesting to accept tax certificates from the county. Is she here?
I think there's a letter. There's a letter on, behind her.
Okay, not here.
That's not bad.
Dear board members, our department is requesting the approval of the attached resolution allowing the city of Peru to accept the certificates for properties from Miami County. These properties have been carried from tax sale to tax sale without selling. Properties demolished by the city. Many of the properties are properties our department has demolished due to the blighted status. Our department applied liens on these properties in an attempt to recoup our demolition fees. If we do not accept the certificates, the city will lose all funds for trash, grass, and demolition liens, and the property will be acquired for minimum bids. By accepting the certificates, the city will be able to sell the properties to regain some of the funds put forth. These include 165 West 10th, 409 East 2nd, and 217 West 5th. Thank you for your consideration. Juan Dosh, Building Commissioner, City of Peru. This is resolution number 5, 2022. Resolution accepting assignment of a 2022 tax sale certificate from Miami County, Indiana pursuant to Indiana Code 6-1-24-6.2, 6-1.1-24-9, and 36-1-11-8. Need a motion?
I'll make a motion to consider resolution number 5, 2022.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
I'll need a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve resolution 5, or resolution number 5, 2022.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passed. Sarah Siders Bitzel on behalf of the Miami Nations of Indians of Indiana, requesting a police escort during their annual Miami Indian Removal Memorial March held on October 23rd, 23, 22 at 11 a.m.
Have they done this in the past?
Yeah, they do it every year. Are
You-
they still going to the depot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at the pavilion at the Peru Depot, yeah.
It's on mine.
Traveling south on Miami Street. And you're good with that, Dan?
Yeah, we've been doing it for years. for 'em.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the Miami Nation of Indians request.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Passed. Any communications?
The only thing I want to make sure is that the Peru Fall Festival, when I look back at the minutes and there was concern about the approval of it, it is on Broadway Avenue between 5th and Main, if anybody had questions on that. So, that's all I had.
Okay. Anything from the public? I make a motion for adjournment.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.